Archer, what is it that you desire? Where did this come from? Archer sighs as he stops his task of dusting Morgan's room. Knowing her, something must have happened, or she knows something that he doesn't. Yes, I simply wish to know, that is all. Morgan said as an image of the field of grass flashed through her mind. Being one that exists outside of space and time must be tiring, surely. So there must be something you wish for it, you'll continue to live after death. You make a fair point, Archer said as he looked at Morgan. Though I guess your assumption is not far off. Something I desire. There are many things, but I gave them up long ago. How come? Does the job of a hero strip you away from your desires? In a sense, you can say I'm indeed a hero. It's not the job that keeps me away, but the very word that strips me off any desires I wish. So cryptic indeed. There'll be a time where you understand what I mean. The time is not current. You'll know soon enough what I mean about being stripped away from my desires. I'll look forward to it then. Crush whatever stops your desires from coming true. Foo-foo! Hey! Good luck with that. But little does he know, I already know what he desires. Morgan thought as she sipped her drink, staring at the man who cleaned her room, staring at this enigma of a man that she knows very little about. She's observed him for the past few days, not knowing he's being watched, observing in the shadows. It's not stalking. It's simply trying to learn what he does. To say that man is like a machine is not an exaggeration. Literally. Why? Does he repeat each and every day? Cleaning, 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 cooking, cooking, cooking. The man does whatever is told to him, either from her fellow servants to her knights. He simply does things on a whim. Rinse and repeat, he acts simply to what is told to him when there's nothing to do. He just cleans. Oof! Morgan slams her pillow onto her face as the bowman stared in question at her action. Take a hint already familiar. I'm interested in you. Morgan thought as the man was oblivious to her signs. She made it easy for him to know she was watching him and observing him. But he doesn't speak out or react to it, simply continues to do his task. Just 2 more weeks, and the tournament shall begin, Morgan said, a small smile forming on her face, seeing Archer remain unfazed. Then an idea to clean up her suspicion is true. I wonder how Artoria is doing. She saw how her familiar's posture stiffened. Her eyes had a small glint in them. Her suspicion is true. No doubt Archer has some sort of relationship with her sister. But, in the end, I could not save her heart. Those words echoed as the memory flashed through her. A slight frown formed on her face, but a look of concern formed as she stared at the man. Parallel worlds. That means a parallel version of her sister exists out there, and her familiar knew of her. No wonder. It all makes sense now. At the very moment, he's stuck between participating in the tournament or not joining at all. In his eyes, he has no choice as she ordered him to participate. But participating? That would mean fighting against someone he was close to, fighting against someone you're close to. Her eyes dimmed of any light she had as she stared emotionless. She knows that feeling all too well. After all, although her children may not like her, due to her treatment, she will always love them. Archer, she said his class name, and not by his status as her familiar, but as someone she wishes to connect to. If you wish to not participate, by all means, you may refuse. She left a small smile to leave her face. A look of surprise came from her familiar. What's this all about? If it truly bothers you to fight, then you don't have to force yourself. I'm giving you the option to participate or not. Either way, I won't resent you for your choice of not joining. Even if I may be the key to your victory, victory can wait for another time. I don't mind waiting another decade, or longer, Morgan said. I've waited 500 years. How can a couple more hurt? She said calmly. Archer paused as he chuckled. I have an interesting master, don't I? Archer chuckled. But I refuse, Archer said with a smile. I'll fight in this tournament as your sword, spearman, bowman. The list goes on, but I'll fight but not as a heroic spirit, but as your personal familiar, Archer said with a genuine smile. A look of surprise came to Morgan's face as she stared at the man. Her heart fluttered as she felt her body heat up. That smile, that honest and genuine smile, that honesty, she wants to see it more. She wants to see him like that. You truly are an interesting individual, Archer. She let out a genuine smile of her own, crossing one leg over the other. Hey, I am simply following orders. Besides, this is out of my own free will this time around, and I choose to fight for you. Although I'm still conflicted about the fact that you'll destroy humanity. I'm not sure about that part. Morgan got up as she walked past him, smiling as she opened the doors to the balcony, staring at the stars with a sense of nostalgia and peace. If that time truly comes when I tend to destroy humanity and the world, she looked back at Archer. A smile that was the brightest that the man has ever seen appeared in his very eyes. Archer widened his eyes as his breath hitched. He can only stare at the beautiful woman in front of him. Please save me. Slowly but surely, this memory burned into his soul, into his memory. Just like the memory of Saber, just like with Saber, he won't forget this memory. No matter how much time passes, he could never forget. How can he ever forget? Even if he were to burn in the deepest pits of hell,